Hello, Facebook. Happy National Love Your Pet Day. This is my girl. I'm gonna let her sit with me this whole time. You're gonna hear her panting probably, but so I'm super excited. I am bringing on one of my friends. Ooh, sorry. She burped or did something weird. Anyways, I'm gonna put her down because she's being too loud. I'm bringing on one of my friends. Her name is Shanna, and she has an awesome testimony for us today. She's got a couple of them actually. One that she's got some great results to tell us about herself, and she also has some great results with her pet, one of her dogs. So I figured this is perfect opportunity to jump into this since it is National Love Your Pet Day. So let me grab her real quick, bring her on camera. 1 second. Hey, Rob.
Hey,
Hey,
Kelly.
how are ya?
Good. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can. Ah.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
I
I
was
want to
just
tell
telling
everybody
everybody, what's that?
I'm looking at the camera as opposed to, I don't know. It's where do you even look for this? Okay, so maybe right here.
I always notice myself looking off to the side where you're at and then it looks like I'm looking in a different direction. So yeah, I totally get it. You're on
Right.
you're on the East Coast, right?
I'm outside of Philadelphia, like represent Phillies spring training.
My husband's a Philly fan.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You married well.
The reason I was asking is because I'm in Vegas and I just walked outside and they've been talking about, have you heard about the snow we've been getting in Vegas?
Yeah, the great snow adventure of the dusting.
Yeah. So they've been working us up all week saying that Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, we're going to get a whole 1 to 3 inches, which for us, of course, that's insane because we never get snow.
Oh,
But I just looked outside
cut
and
down the.
yeah, I just looked outside and it just started. So I've got my sweatshirt on and I've got my little shirt underneath because I'm freezing. And I've got my jacket and my boots and everything ready to go. You're like, oh my God. Probably you guys are all everybody. Vegas has been probably the laughing stock for all of Facebook because everyone's been posting their pictures about the snow and all of this stuff, and literally Vegas stops when it snows. So
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I love it. Great.
so I was telling everybody that you have some awesome results that you've gotten for yourself, and then I did say National of Love Your Pet Day that we have every day now is National Something Day. I feel like
Is it so?
yeah, there's a calendar you can look up, and every day is a different National Something Day. Like, I mean, it's insane all the different ones, but so it worked out perfect. I figured because you were going to talk about your dog too. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and all the results you've gotten in CBD so far?
Yeah, so I actually became an affiliate about 2 months ago, and have just experienced such a difference in my own life, my family's life, and not only my dog's life, but a couple other dogs that I know. I'm a professional pet sitter, 20 years in the service industry, so carrying trays full of heavy plates. And about 6 years ago, I was hit by a truck on my moped.
Oh,
So I have residual back issues, nerve damage, areas of arthritis through my spine area, and um, the pain usually starts in my feet. I freely admit that up until I started CBD, I had a working addiction to ibuprofen, um, and probably an unhealthy amount.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so the first thing that I noticed with it was that since I started taking it twice a day, and I am definitely team cinnamon.
Me
I
too.
love peppermint, but there's just something about the spiciness of the cinnamon that I just love. It's like a nice little like kick of sweetness.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I describe the peppermint more as like a nice mint tea.
Yeah.
Um, so maybe that's your cup of tea. Um, but I am not dealing with as much overall pain. I've probably only used ibuprofen twice and like regular amounts with that. I have not dealt with I get tension headaches that start in my feet and wrap around. I call it the helmet of pain. I have not had a tension headache in 2 months, which is amazing. I'm feeling more focused, less anxious. I'm sleeping better. Just all around, life feels good to me. Um, my dog, though, is where I see the most amazing results. So Esme is an 85-pound pit bull staffy. She has an atypical dermatitis, which means the vet has no idea what her skin problem is. So she's been on steroid shots. Her back knees float and her legs are bowed. So she's been on Rimadyl and just all the medicine made her nauseous. So it took her appetite away. Since we started her on the CBD, and I do the drops in the morning and she gets a biscuit at night. Um, her appetite is back. She gets maybe one Rimadyl a week as needed. She is happy. She went from handling a quarter-mile walk to almost a mile without having to stop and rest. She is just loving life. She's 7 for the first time in her life. She's being playful with me. Um, and just the neuroticness of her is gone. She can rest easier. Um, Jump up on my bed, which there was a good 2 months where she wasn't able to do that. Um, I have another client who I have a client who got it. She has a Scotty who has major anxiety issues. I call him the little terrorist, and I've been pet sitting him for 2 years, and he's a snappy little fellow and has gotten me quite a few times over the past couple of years, and he's been on it for about a month. And I just finished up 5 days with them, and he spent most of that 5 days curled up in my lap, which in and of itself is a miracle. Um, my grandmother had a mastectomy a couple years ago, and she did not choose reconstruction, which caused um, scar tissue to grow on the breastbone and pool. There has been no pain relief that she has found. She used the pain cream, and almost instantly the pain stopped for her.
Wow.
So, I mean, just that alone, the the wonders that I'm seeing with people trying this. My mom uses it. She no longer is dealing with back issue. Um, she went out, she was telling me the other day, she went out just to see and try. She's a scientist. So she bought a different kind. I won't mention names. It was not full spectrum though,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a little more expensive. And she said, basically, this is crap. Your product is awesome. I'm now a believer. And to see the prices of the other ones that were on the shelf, I now know this is a really good deal.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I've
yeah.
had people tell me when I tell them what the prices are that they're like, oh wow, that's pricey and everything. But I'm like, if you go and shop around and look and see what else is out there, we've got a pretty good deal for everybody. And then you don't know what you're getting to by just going out there and grabbing something off of a shelf. So at least we can tell you what's in it and prove what's in it. We got all the information to give everybody for it. And and it's really, the prices aren't that bad. So yeah, I'm
Right.
glad you brought that up, because that's true. And it's awesome that she was like, no, this is crap. This is, your guys' stuff is awesome. So I've taken a different brand myself too, and I ran into the same issue. I think I didn't give it very long, and I know with CBD you're supposed to give it some time. You have to be patient with it, but I took it probably for maybe 2 months, and I didn't notice the difference, so I just gave up on it. And that was a year ago. And then I came across the products that we sell now at HempWorks, and
Hmm.
now I've been, the relief has been so much better. But when you started, so how fast, I mean, especially the reason I ask is because when it comes to sleeping better, I got better sleep literally the first day I took it, like that night. Was there stuff that you didn't feel relief from until taking it for a little bit, or was it instant for you?
Okay, so I would say that I immediately could feel something. And for full disclosure, it took me about 4 or 5 days to truly notice a difference. What I have learned just taking it myself and using it is that it's almost like a super vitamin.
Mhm.
Um, Working with your endocannabinoid system, overall, it's your body has to accept it and absorb it and use it. And at that point, it's like spinach for Popeye. Um, and just bringing your body into balance. It didn't go out of balance overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. So it is definitely, I'm glad you brought that up, because it's definitely something that you have to give a chance to work in. You're not going to take a vitamin C one day and say, yes, I fixed it. I don't need it anymore. You take your multivitamin every day. This is something that you're going to also use for the full benefits of it.
Yeah.
And I've always explained with the oils that, like, the 500 milligram versus the 750, 500 milligrams like your regular strength, the 750 is like your extra strength. So it really is just a difference in how many drops are you going to take.
Yeah.
Um, I have tried both. I find that I don't have to take as much with the 750.
Mm-hmm.
But I rock the 500 because why not?
Yeah.
If I feel like I need to do an extra dropper around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I know that it's not going to wreck my day,
Yeah.
and it's not a big deal.
Yep.
I smoked cigarettes for 20 years. That's another thing.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I forgot. I totally forgot about that.
I quit smoking. It's for the first time in my life, do not have cravings for a cigarette anymore. And I mean, this is the girl that has quit 150 times. And for the first time, it's not like, it's to compare it to alcoholism. I don't feel like a dry drunk anymore. I feel like I'm a recovering addict with it. Past the cravings
Mhm.
of it. That, yeah, every once in a while it'll be like, oh yeah, like situational trigger, but I'm not thinking about them. I don't want them. It's been awesome,
Mhm.
So there's so many different experiences where I'm just like, that alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and after talking to a lot of people too, in just like what I've experienced, it seems like you expect to take it to fix one thing, and then all these other things start to seem to get better as well, that almost that you didn't expect, I guess. It's almost like, hey, yeah, I have this issue, I want to take it for this, and then you start going, wow, I didn't even realize that, this was something else that was bothering me, or that I wasn't sleeping well, and you start getting all this relief coming from other directions too. And it kind of, I've heard a lot of people say that they didn't realize that it was going to actually do these other things for them, and it has.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And now in regards to the pet sitting and stuff like that and your dog. I'm a vet tech, so I
Awesome.
deal with them all day long when it comes to that. But as you know, in the veterinary field, it hasn't blown up yet. Like, I think it's more, it still isn't even 100% accepted, I think, with people. I mean, it's got a bad stigma still. I feel, you run into
Right.
people that have those negative opinions about it and don't know anything about it. But in the veterinary world, it's still something that's needs to be accepted, and they don't know a whole lot about it in regards to animals and how it works for them. But people that have used it know that it's helping, and they just don't really. I guess they're so set in their ways that sometimes it's a little hard to step back and look at the big picture sometimes. So I deal with that because um, it's still all the things on the shelves that we're prescribing, and CBD unfortunately is not one of them. So, but we have owners that come in all the time that talk about how it's done great things for their pets. And I know when I first got on board with this, my pets went on it before I even did, and I'm giving it to them for just overall wellness for some of them. My other two are older, so for arthritis and to help with relieve their joint pain, and they're getting around better and things like that. But it's also good for just like if you were taking a multivitamin every day,
Exactly.
there's other reasons for taking. You don't necessarily have to have a problem that you're trying to fix to take it as well. It's also just good for overall wellness, like you said, just making sure everything stays in balance. So but that's great to hear about your dog and how well
Yeah.
everything's going with that. Do you talk to the people that you pet sit for more about CBD? Do you think? Do they ask you about it? Do they know that you're part of this? Or
Well, so it was actually my clients that got me interested in becoming a
okay,
distributor for it because I was having so many of them independently come to me asking me like what I knew about it, could I recommend it, what's a good brand out there. I see like all these treats and some of them are just a whole bunch of like herbs and I don't even know like what's good, what's not, what's safe, what's out there. And I kind of got sick of just recommending other products, So when I found HempWorks, it was just the perfect opportunity. The entrepreneur in me jumped at the chance to become a distributor for it, and um, and my clients can buy it, um, and the great thing about the company is that customers are equal VIPs. So there is no pressure to be like, hey, buy this and sign up to sell it too.
yeah,
It's like it's just perfect because no, buy it, take it, use it, let it transform your life.
yeah.
And if you feel the urge, you too can sell it. So I think that's just awesome.
Yeah. I, you know, it I like your story about how like your clients were the ones that were constantly asking and you're like, okay, I'm going to sell this for that reason, when a lot of the stories are I started to take it myself, and I started getting these results, and I'm like, why not sell it? I believe in
Hmm.
the product. But you were the opposite. So you started taking it yourself once you started becoming a distributor from all your clients telling you about it, right?
Right. Yeah. So I bought it for the dogs, and since I got human ones too, I said, "Hey, let me try this," and it was definitely a wow moment for me.
Yeah. Now, do you, when it comes to giving the oil, because you said you do that in the morning, do you
Yes.
just put that directly on your dog's food, or how do you give it?
So I make my own dog biscuits,
Hmm.
and you can also just use like sometimes it's just the Costco bone biscuits in my house.
Hmm.
What I'll do is I'll do like six at a time, and I will put the drops on it and let it soak in because that's what you really want to do. You want to get a product that lets it soak in, so that when the dog picks it up and flips it upside down on the carpet, it's not all over the carpet anymore. So
You
I
know
let
they're
them,
getting it all.
and exactly, right? And then they're just licking the carpet for the next like 5 hours because the carpet tastes like bacon and oh my goodness,
Yeah.
amazing. So yeah, so she gets them. They are soaked into the treat. I don't bake them into the treat because while you can cook with it, it degrades it to a certain point, so you need to
Hmm.
use more. It's definitely better to add it on like a salad dressing afterwards, for the full effect of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's how she gets it. Some dogs are perfectly okay with just stick the dropper in your mouth. She is
Yeah.
not that dog.
You know, just recently, I just started doing that. I would just for fun, I was like, let's see what happens. So I figured out how many drops were, about measuring it out in the
Hmm.
dropper. And I went right up to it, and I really didn't think they would do it, but I went right up to them and they like just went to town. It was almost like putting peanut butter on a spoon. They were
Oh,
crazy over it. And I did it again today that way. And I was actually going to do a little video of them taking it, like my routine in the morning where I'm like giving them the dropper and they drink it right out of the dropper. Basically, they lick it up. But I mean, they love the treats. I'm not even talking about like the hemp work biscuits, but just I do my homemade treats too that I
hmm.
have, and they love the treats so much that I still put the oil on there for them too. But
Yeah,
I don't have to. I could just give it to them that way, and they'd be perfectly fine with it. They don't mind it at all. Yeah, they.
right. But and especially if your dog's food driven, you can
Mhm.
definitely just drop it straight into their meal and mix it in. But if they're more of like a free feeder or a finicky, picky eater, I would definitely concentrate it more on a single treat or a single usage of it so that you can be assured that they are getting all of it. You're not wasting product.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Um, Do you, can't think, I always have a million questions after I get done with these
All
things.
right.
Um, but we talked about a lot. So do you have anything else you want to add to any of it? I mean, everybody knows that we both are affiliates right now.
Right.
We've talked about that a little bit. We both stand behind the products and we've used them. We know what it can do. So is there anything else you want to add to any of that before we jump off?
Well, I would just say that if you're on the fence about trying it, definitely take that leap of faith because it is one of the best products on the market. You can easily go on the website, you can see all the scientific breakdowns of everything. It is government monitored farms where the raw product is growing. It is bottled in the facility and shipped straight to your house. So
Hmm.
you know it's coming fresh. You know we are the middleman if anything. Um and there's a 60-day money back empty bottle guarantee.
Yeah.
So if for some reason you don't like it, contact customer service
Hmm.
and they'll give you your money back. But that is a very rare and in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we do carry a THC free CBD isolate oil. Um, People ask me a lot about what that's mainly for. If you have a job where you get tested strictly for the presence of THC, like a teacher, a police officer, a nurse, government worker, something to that effect, and it just shows up there, there is a minute chance that the full spectrum, it's 0.03% THC. You are not going to get high off of this at all. I think you'd have to drink the bottle to even feel a little bit of any kind of anything in that regards. But so we do have that option. And word on the street is it works just as good.
Hmm.
The difference is that the THC free is strictly CBD, whereas the full spectrum has the full effect of all 85 or so cannabinoids that come in the hemp plant. So you
Yeah.
get the party effect, the entourage effect with that, where one's working on your brain, one's working on your heart, and it gets to just concentrate on its specialties versus the CBD working around everywhere.
You put that very well. Thank you. I know what's in my brain, but trying to actually say it, it just never comes out. And that was perfect. So that was a great explanation of all that. So, well, I appreciate you coming on with me. I really do. Thank you for taking
Sure,
time.
thanks for letting me join.
Yeah. All right. Well, if anybody has any questions, just let us know in the comments. And thanks for everybody that jumped on. I know I saw people coming in and out. So, and thank you, Shanna, too, for jumping on again. You have a good rest of your night.
Absolutely, you too. Enjoy the snow.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.